Okie dokie. So let's start then. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's talk about where you live. But are you living in a small town or a big city at the moment?
I would say that I'm living in the capital city of Iran. It's a metropolitan area. But about my house, I'm living in a small flat. It's around 80 square meters, and there is no room to swing a cat here because it's too cramped, as I said.
How long have you been living in this city?
I would say that around 5 years ago, I moved to Tehran because of my husband's job and also pollution. You know, Ahvaz is a really polluted city, and me and my daughter were suffering from some diseases like asthma and other respiratory problems. So we decided to move to the capital city of Iran, but you know, it isn't really a kind of city that you can breathe fresh air like other places in Iran.
Is this city an interesting place to live?
Actually, I would say that, yeah, everything is very fast here. I mean, the rhythm of life is really fast and it completely suits my bubbly character. I'm a bright spark, and that's why I believe that living in such a busy city can completely brighten my mood.
So let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I would say that I used to work for a bank around a decade before, but I wasn't cut out for desk and work from down to dusk. So I decided to quit that job and quit from a rat race. Nowadays, I'm between jobs, but I'm going to participate in teacher training courses to land a job as an English teacher.
What do you find most interesting about your work?
Nowadays, I'm between jobs. I have nothing to do. But about being an English teacher, I think it's a kind of job that can let me expand my knowledge of English. You know, I'm crazy about learning English. At first, I studied it to emigrate to another country, but after that, I regret immigration. So I decided to continue and further my education to be an English teacher because I find it really exciting and interesting.
Would you like to continue with this type of work in the future?
Actually, I would say yeah, because it's a kind of job that lets me choose flexible hours to be at work, since I'm a mom and I cannot work from very early in the morning. That's why I find this interesting. Besides, it lets me be up to date and not lose everything that I have learned over a long process.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, how do you think you did?
Actually, I would say some sentences that after I answered, I said, oh, I didn't say this, and it would be better if I said that, but it was so, I think.
Okay, thank you, Sharare. So, let me turn on the comments now so we can get help from others as well. Like when I asked you my first question was, are you living in a small town or a big city at the moment? You started by saying, I would say I live in the capital of Iran, something like that. But the thing was, for every single question, almost every single one, you repeated, I would say, I would say, I would say. Like for every question, I would say it's a capital. I would say because we moved from Ahvaz, I would say
Yeah.
life is, I would say I worked in a bank. So
I would say that I'm trying to not say well or actually, and I'm used to say I would say that.
why not say well or actually? Actually, for the last question, when I said, would you like to continue this type of work in the future? You started with actually, and I took notes of it because it was good. But then you said, actually, I would say, and then again you said, I would say. So repetition of a phrase is not a very good idea. So I would say that you should avoid that. But then you said Tehran is the capital. That's fine.
I'm a creator of habits, and I'm really an expert in develop new habits and not kicking the bad habits that I had before.
So I would say that's not a good thing. Yeah. I think you should really avoid repeating it. To be honest with you, after a while it got annoying. Like I got like sensitive to you saying I would say. So if I were you, I would totally stop using it because it seems to have, you seem to have, as you said, you seem to have developed a habit, and it is it me or is it
No, fine.
Maybe it's better if you just push it away for a while and not go there so it doesn't come out so often, or if you want to say it just once, not every.
For sure.
Okay, good. But then again, my question was, are you living in a small town or a big city? You started with talking about Tehran, but then you went to continue to talk about your house. And I was like, what did I...
Actually, I was run out of idea at that moment, and I decided to explain with this solution.
Yeah, I realized that. But the thing, if I'm asked, if it made me doubt the question that I asked. I asked about her house, and then I checked again, and it was not about a house. So you don't have to really continue talking about Tehran if you don't have anything else to say. You could just bring your intonation down and stop. So you say, I live in Tehran, which is the capital city of Iran. It's a metropolitan, crowded, noisy city. And then you have no more ideas. So you say, it's a polluted, noisy city. And then you bring your intonation down and you stop, and the examiner will go to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say again here, but then you said we moved from Ahvaz because you gave us a good reason. Moved is a good word. Pollution, you had it here. You said me and my daughter, I think, were suffering from what problem did you say?
Asthma and respiratory problems.
Respiratory, huh?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pronunciation mistake.
I kind of realized what you wanted to say, but you didn't pronounce it correctly. But suffering from disease was a nice collocation. Then we talked about interesting place. You started with, I would say, not good, but then you said the rhythm of life. I loved that. That was very, very nice. And then you said, I have a bubbly
personality.
Well, you didn't say personality. You said something else. Do you remember what you said?
Character.
But the pronunciation is character.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but bubbly, however, bubbly does usually collocate with personality. I've got a bubbly personality. And that's nice. That's a nice collocation together. But the pronunciation of character was wrong. Then you said, I'm a bright spot. What did you say?
Bright spark.
Spark.
Yeah, live wire.
So am I right? You said I have a bubbly character and I'm a bright spark.
Yeah.
Don't think you are buttering yourself up a little bit? Like, oh, so good. I've got a bubbly character and I'm a bright spark. You are so lucky to have me in your lives.
Oh, yes, it's something like this. I didn't know. I think I'm so energetic.
Energetic is good, okay, but usually when we're talking about bubbly character or being a bright spark, we don't say it about ourselves. You know, you say it about your daughter, you say it about your son, you say it about your mother, your friend. It's not something that you would, I mean, it's okay, but it's weird. مثل که مثلا تو فارسی بگم وای من خیلی باحالم، من خیلی من خیلی نازم، من خیلی
آخه معمولا تو فارسی اینا رو به خودم میگم.
It's not wrong, you know, it's not grammatically or semantically wrong. It's weird. That's why I'm doubting it. I was like, is she really saying I'm a bright spark? No, it does that. It's too much. Okay. Then we talked about your job. You said I used to work nice. I liked it. And then you said I wasn't. میخواستی بگی برای این کار ساخته نشدم. How do you say that?
I wasn't cut out for this.
Now you said it correctly. Cut out. The first time you said it, I heard it as caught, and I was like, but cut out is perfect. It's a nice phrase. I didn't want to walk from dawn to dusk. That was nice, and I wanted to quit from the rat race. You know what, Sharare? It seems to me that you are using. You know, it's good to have idiomatic language. These are idiomatic language that you're using, but it's a little bit too much. Like in one sentence, I used to work in a bank, but I wasn't cut out for it. I wasn't a person to work from dawn to dusk. I wanted to quit the rat race. I'm between jobs. It's just like you're kind of squeezing in vocabulary, right? So too much. It's like اینه که مثلا من یه پیرن مهمونی داشته باشم که مثلا اینجاش یه پاپیون باشه، بعد اینجاش یه زیپ باشه، بعد اینجاش منجق دوزی باشه، بعد یه تور ازش آویزون باشه. یعنی مثلا اگه لباس فقط چه میدونم یه پاپیون داشته باشه خوبه، ولی وقتی یه پاپیون یه زیپ داره، یه تور داره، یه نمیدونم منجق دوزی داره، این برش یه پره، اون برش it's too much. Okay? It's over. تو درسته که این idiomatic language انگار برای خوشگل سازی حرف زدنمونه، ولی when it becomes too much it feels weird. It's like
My teacher said that it's ثقيلة.
Oh, that's a good. Thank you. It's too much. Okay. Keep it. Don't use all of them, you know, all together. میگم دیگه به نظر میاد که اینا رو مثلا یاد گرفتی میخوای بگیم خب اینم هست. Okay, it's too much.
حیفم اومد نگم دیگه.
One is like بودم فقط میگفتم I used to work in a. Did you say you were working in a bank?
Yeah.
Right. I would say that okay. In your shoes, I would say, well, I used to work in a bank, but after a while, I realized that I was not really cut out for the job. So I decided to be an English teacher. Okay. فقط همون یه دونه پاپیون است که خوشگل. Right? خیلی بهتر از اینه که همه چی با هم باشه. بقیه هم انگار خراب میکنه. So keep the frequency down. باز مثلا between the jobs خیلی اصطلاح قشنگی بود. الان cut out dawn to dusk between the jobs همه خیلی قشنگه، ولی با هم انگار too much. بعد گفتیم من میخواستم I wanted to quit from the rat. You can't really quit the rat race. You know, rat race is like a system of life. It's not something that you can quit. You can quit. You
get rid of.
Again, you can't even get rid of the rat race. You know, rat race که برای زندگی شهری استفاده میکنیم. right؟ نمیتونی کویت کنی که، مگر اینکه در بری تو ده زندگی، بری کوه زندگی کنی.
بله.
right؟ so قشنگه ولی اینجا جاش نیست. But then you continued with as a teacher I wanted to expand my knowledge. خیلی قشنگ گفتی but یه جایی گفتی I'm crazy about teaching. right? Crazy about teaching it's good. درسته. right? ولی it's not formal. right? And the test is like a formal test. من همیشه مثال که میزنم فرض کن که شما مصاحبه کاری مثلا بری توی بانک کار کن، بعد نمیری بری مثلا وای من عاشق کار بانکم. okay it's informal. حالا اینکه بگی من crazy about teaching I wouldn't do that in a formal test.
I'm into
yeah I'm very much into you know
interested in.
exactly crazy for something it's too informal for me. Okay, so you said I wanted to I was crazy about teaching, something like that. Then you said after that I regret it. Yeah.
I regret immigration, I think.
Yeah you were talking about immigration, and then you said after that I regret it. What's the problem with that?
Actually I couldn't satisfy.
No. What is the problem with this sentence? After that I regret.
I would say that I regret.
Okay, what's the problem with it? There's a grammatical mistake in it. So I wanted to immigrate. I did this, I did that. After that, I regret it.
I regretted, I don't know, I said migration.
No. Okay, let's go another way. When did you regret it?
I could use past perfect and after that simple perfect.
Okay, so how do you want to fix your sentence?
I had wanted to immigrate to another country, but after a while I decided I regretted.
Look at me. I
regretted, I don't know.
Past tense. I regretted.
Yeah, I regretted. Yeah. I said I regretted or I regret.
I regret it. You said I regret it, but it should be
I said I regretted.
Yeah. Because both things happened in the past. So I wanted to migrate, but after that I regretted it.
Yeah.
Further, my education was very nice. And for the last question, again, you started with actually, which was good. But then you continued with I would say that, which was bad. But you said it's a job that lets me have flexible hours. What's the problem with that? It's a job that let me have flexible hours.
Fix flexible hours?
No. It's not vocabulary. It's grammar. It's
let somebody something.
Again. It's a job.
Let me provide myself with a flexible job.
It's a job that lets me have flexible hours.
It lets me.
Lets me, yeah. Then besides, that was very nice. Again, it was a very nice connecting word. Then you said up to date. That's good. And then you started whitewashing it. Whitewashing is like masmali, right? You said it keeps me up to date over a long process. What does that mean?
After a long process, because I have pulled out all the stops to broaden my English, but after my plans destroyed, I don't want to lose this process of learning, this long-lasting time that I have spent on learning English knowledge.
So you said, I want to keep my language up to date over a long process. That's what you said?
After a long process.
After a long process.
Yeah, because I mean, in that case, I will forget everything that I have learned in the past. In this way, I can stay up to date, and besides, I can protect what I know, what I have learned before.
Yeah, but still, I think long process is kind of, you know, it doesn't make sense.
Long period?
Period makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But process, nah, it doesn't. But great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
I'm so glad to talk with you.
It was great.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
It was my pleasure.
It was very good. It was very good. And thank you. Thank you for
Bye.
the good.
Have a nice time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.